Hello everyone, Sean here from Crown Technologies. We help people reach their goals with clean power, air and water systems. Today we're going to be discussing the 4 layers of surge protection needed on your solar system for your insurance requirements and for your SSEG application to register your system with Eskom. Your first line of surge protection will be on your main distribution board. You'll see there's a little surge arrestor. What this little gizmo does is it will monitor the voltage, and as soon as that voltage exceeds a certain number, sometimes it's 270, 280, 400 volts, depends on the hardware itself, it will close the circuit and divert that harmful power supply with the voltage spike away from your system. The second layer of surge protection is what we call an AC distribution board. There it is over there. And if we open that little flap, this is what it looks like. So you'll notice another 2 orange surge protectors, one for the input to the inverter, and that is the supply channel from your main distribution board to your inverter. It needs to go through this gatekeeper over here. Why do we have that? Well, simply put, if one of the appliances on your main distribution board malfunctions, there's a good possibility it could send out bad power. That is power with a high voltage or frequency spike. And this little surge protector will protect your 150,000 Rand, 250,000 Rand, 500,000 Rand solar investment from that voltage spike. Then what you have is another surge protector for the return trip, for the channel supplying power from your inverter back to your main distribution board. What for? Well, similar principle. In the event that your inverter malfunctions, it sends out bad voltage, this little 1,800 Rand surge protector will protect the appliances on your main distribution board. So your gate motors, your fridges, your televisions that might have needed replacing in the past because your line got hit by lightning, this will serve the same function. All too often I see AC sub-DBs with 1 or 0 surge protectors, and it's just such a massive risk, very expensive risk for a very small gain to spend these 1,800 Rand on each of these surge protectors. You'll notice that you also need a very good changeover switch, and this is in the event that the inverter malfunctions, you need to send a technician over to come and collect or repair. You can bypass from the inverter down to, we did this on request of the customer. Instead of grid power, they asked us to label it Eskom. So this is your second layer of surge protection. Your third layer of surge protection will be between your inverter and your batteries. You will need some battery fuses. Very kind of the guys over at SA Lube to make this nice little infographic for us. They're basically Castrol over in Germiston. We did an 8 kilowatt Sunsync for them, so I had to brag. The fourth layer of surge protection, possibly the most important one, is your earthing system. So this is for when, not if, but when your panels sustain a direct lightning strike, they must earth on their own earthing system. This is a photograph of one of the copper and galv spikes, and there you can see is the line going directly up to the array. Now, it's important to note that you can't just put one spike in and think everything's going to be fine. You need to quantify the resistance of that earthing system, and it needs to exhibit less than 20. Here you can see we put in one earthing spike for a house high up on bedrock, and the first earthing spike exhibited 378.4 ohms. And what that would do if it got hit by lightning, it's just going to send that voltage straight back to your inverter system. So we had to add a few more spikes. Here's a 1.5 meter, here's a 1.5 meter, here's a 2 meter, etc., etc. So 6 earthing spikes later, we got the resistance down to under 20, and the client was happy. Best practice would demand under 10, but the client was happy with this scenario. What the earthing system is then linked to is a DC sub-DB, another distribution board. Here we can see, and again, you will need more surge arresters in the event that that voltage is exceeding what it should be. So at this point, I think it's important to mention the fact that what we've done here with the safety and surge protection system is to put high quality airbags, electronic stability program, ABS braking, your airbags, your crumple zones, your rebar zones, things like that. But it doesn't necessarily guarantee that when something horribly goes wrong, that everybody survives. This is the bare minimum. So we have had 1 or 2 out of about 300 installations or so with extreme lightning strikes with exceptionally high voltage that have needed to have some components replaced. This is what SSEG applications require and what your average insurance company requires. I hope you found this helpful. Please feel free to reach out to me directly, engage with me over WhatsApp. Check us out on our website, crowntechnologies.co.za, and we look forward to helping you reach your goals with clean power, air, and water systems.